Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our ecology series. My name is Suleiman Inwa Muhammad, and I will be taking you through community interactions for today. Before I continue, kindly like our YouTube page and also subscribe so you can have the latest content. Okay. So I would like to take you through the following content. Okay. Now, what is community? A community is an association of populations of different species that live and interact in the same place and also at the same time. So when you have a single organisms, then you have group of organisms, they become population. When you have group of populations, they become community. When you have group of communities, you have ecosystem and down to the biosphere. Now, what is community ecology? Community ecology studies the interactions between communities, and the goal is simply to identify patterns and processes that can lead to generalizations and differences. Now, we have resources in our community, but these resources are limited and scarce in supply. Resources is anything that the environment that meets the needs of a particular species. So, a resources is anything from the environment that needs that meets the needs of a particular species. So, like I said, these resources are scarce and limited in supply. So let's look at the first interactions, which is predation. Okay, so a predation is the relationship between two organisms where one benefits and one is harmed. Now, a predation is when one species, which is called the predator, eats all or part of the body of another species, which is called the prey. So in this case, the cheetah is the predator, whereas the gazelle is the prey. So predation is a mechanism of population control in ecology. So predators are always in a higher trophic level than their prey. Okay. Evolutionary arm race. Evolutionary arm race is the evolutionary struggle between competing set of co-evolving genes that develop adaptations and counter-adaptations against each other. For the predator, it evolves better prey catching skills and strategies, and on the other hand, the prey evolves a better predator avoidance skills. So each exert strong selective forces on each other, and this can lead to what is referred to as co-evolution. Now, for example, the bird feeds on this mimic butterfly. So what happens is the bird evolves ways and skills of differentiating between the mimic, which is edible, and the monarch butterfly, which is inedible. On the other hand, the mimic butterfly tries to looks or resemble like the monarch butterfly, so it becomes inedible to the bird. So both the prey and the predator co-evolves. Okay. Now, we have adaptations for both the predators and the prey. One of the adaptation for predator is fast and agility. Most predators are very fast and are very agile when it comes to attacking their prey. For example, cheetah can run almost 100 kilometers per hour when chasing its prey. Another type of adaptation for the predator are sharp senses. Majority of them have good eyesight, good sense of smelling, good sense of hearing, etc. Some of them have fangs, poisons, or claws which they use in killing their prey. Another type of adaptation is camouflage. Okay, if you can look at the picture on your right, you can spot a predator on the tree which camouflages with the color of the tree. So if you know the name of this predator, please kindly write it in the comment section. Okay, so for the prey, they have a set of adaptations which include chemicals. These chemicals can come in form of poisons. Some of them have, for the animals, have mechanical adaptations. For example, tortoise, the hard shell on tortoise is a form of mechanical adaptation. Some majority of the prey live in group, which is also a form of adaptation. Some have aposematic coloration, which is a bright coloration which tends to deter some of the predators. Some have cryptic coloration, which is like camouflage. So cryptic coloration is the opposite of aposematic coloration. So they tend to blend with their environment. Another type of adaptation for the animals is the Batesian mimicry. So we have the Batesian mimicry and we have the Mullerian mimicry. Okay, so for the plants, some of them have thorns, some of them have spines, some of them have thick leaves, and all this is to deter their predators. Okay, now let's look at the other type of interaction, which is symbiosis. So this is a relationship between two species or organisms, where between two organisms. Now there are three types of symbiosis: parasitism, mutualism, and commensalism. Now for parasitism, here there is a host and a parasite. The parasite lives and feed on the host. Okay, so example, human and tick. Okay, or human and tapeworm. So the tapeworm lives inside the intestine of the human. They absorb nutrients, okay, and they live on the human. So in this case, the host suffers while the parasites benefit. Parasitism is a bit different from predation in the sense that predation, the predator outrightly kill the prey. In parasitism, the parasite does not kill its host, but with time, it can kill the host. Okay, another type of symbiosis is mutualism. Mutualism is a relationship between two organisms where both benefit. Okay, so here the birds benefit when the herbivores is grazing. So it helps when the herbivore is grazing, it helps to flush insect, and when this insect it helps to flush insect which the birds feed upon, which the bird feed upon. Okay, and in return, if there's any danger coming towards the herbivore, it can alert the herbivore. So the other type of symbiosis is called commensalism. Okay, this is a relationship between two organisms where one organism benefit and the other one neither benefit nor is harmed. So example is the remora fish and the shark. So remora attach itself to the body of the shark where it gets free transportation and feeds on the remain of the shark food. The shark is neither harmed nor is affected in this relationship. Another type of relationship is competition, where two organisms compete for the same resources. So this type of interactions is negative. Okay, harms both organisms. So we have two types: the intraspecific competition and the interspecific competition. The intraspecific involves competition between species of the same the organisms of the same species, whereas the interspecific involves competition of different between different species. So other forms of competition is direct and indirect. So the indirect competition occur when species don't come are in contact with each other. But the direct competition is when organisms come in contact with each other. Okay, and that leads us to the idea of competitive exclusion. So, competitive exclusion is simply saying that where two organisms using the same resources cannot coexist together because of competition. So in order to prove that, a scientist referred to as G.F. Gause made an experiment on two species of Paramecium, Paramecium aurelia and Paramecium caudata. First, he grew them separately. Paramecium aurelia was growing well. Paramecium caudata was also doing well. But when he brought them together, he observed that Paramecium aurelia outcompeted Paramecium caudata. And that leads us to resource partitioning. So, resource partitioning is species with similar fundamental niches can coexist if there is one or more differences in their niches. Okay, so species living in the same habitat but occupy different places in each of the habitat. Okay, thank you for listening.